What's going on, everybody? It's Fade Dating Coach Elliot Scott, and as you can see by the title below, we're going to discuss how a man's brain reacts to uncertainty, okay? Why silence is important, when we need to introduce it, how he's going to react to it, so on and so forth, okay? So jumping right into this, I first want to start off saying, and I say this in a lot of my videos, when it comes to silence videos or videos on regret, that the most important thing is the diagnosis, meaning why he's pulling away in the first place. And I mean this on a deeper level, not because, you two are arguing, or not because, you two want different things. Those are important, but you have to understand, if you're talking to a guy who is lingering around, having fun with you, but it's not progressing, or you're talking to a guy who is taking you for granted, a little too comfortable with the situation, it can go and come as he pleases. You're talking to a man who has seen the variables, right? Again, I talk about this in all my videos, I apologize. Who's seen all the variables, meaning all the evidence of your relationship, your two's relationship from the beginning till now, and he's very comfortable in the position he is in, meaning I'm getting the assets. I think I have a better negotiation or contract going on here, meaning I'm basically getting the assets for free or at a very low cost. I'm getting the girlfriend-boyfriend benefits without actually being in the relationship. She has took me back before. I'm a fool. I'm messing up all the time, and here I am. I'm still able to play the game, right? It's one of those things. And if this happens, okay, the effect of it is probably what you're experiencing right now, which is why you're watching this video. You're talking to a guy who, again, is a little too comfortable, who's pulling away, who's coming back, who's inconsistent. But when he's, women will come to me all the time and be like, oh, Elliot, but when we're together, things go well. Things are amazing. Every time I've never had chemistry like this. He's even said that. We never had anything like this before. He likes me more than he liked his wife of 15 years. Ladies, I hear it all. Everyone thinks their fucking situation is special or their guy is different. He's not, okay? But when he's away, Elliot, I don't hear from him. I might not hear from him for days. Well, yeah, that's because of the situation you're in. So this is why we have to introduce silence. And ladies, it's never the first thing we do. Okay, I tell my clients all the time, it's never the first thing we do. I want to try to communicate. I want to try to clarify what's going on, my needs, what we can come up with as a couple or a situationship, like the solution, and progress forward where we both are happy. It's when a woman does this, okay, and the guy is like, yeah, sure, okay, I'll try. And then, like I said, but the variables or the evidence up to this point, he's thinking, okay, yeah, I am going to try, like I do want to. He does it for a couple days or a week or two, and then he falls back into the habit. Then you have to bring it up again. And you're like, he's like, okay, I'll try. And then again, the cycle keeps on happening. He's pulling some bullshit. At this moment in time, ladies, you have to pull away. You have to introduce silence. And the reason for it is you cannot cure this guy with talking about it over and over again. In fact, I would argue if you keep on bringing up a subject that is not changing, it's only going to make your situation worse. Meaning, if you, two reasons why. One, instead of you actually doing something about it, you're just addressing it, but you're not going anywhere, which is one. I always use the analogy of like a mom who threatens a kid that she's going to get off the couch and spank his ass if he doesn't behave. But she never gets off the couch, so the kid knows further, to push the mom a little further and further until she actually gets off the couch and spanks his ass. This is kind of the same thing. If you do it 2 or 3 times, a guy now knows, oh man, she ain't gonna fucking do shit. She ain't going anywhere. That's the first thing. The second thing is the amount of effort, and I guess risk a woman puts up with by doing this just shows the man she ain't going anywhere, that you're his bitch, right? You're not a bitch, but that's what he probably thinks. It's like, ladies, you have to look at it from my perspective as a dating coach. I listen to you ladies, and And again, I talked to a client for an hour. If you're interested, links down below. And I will be listening, and I'm like, man, like, you just don't know when to fucking leave. Like, no, I don't blame the guy. If I was the guy, I would do it. Like, these women will give guys so many chances. I have so many clients, ladies, who say, I'm done. I'm done with this dude. Elliot, I didn't contact him today. He reached out to me, but I didn't say anything. I have dozens and dozens and dozens of clients for every month who say these type of things. But then they are still, then they still got to reach out to they still got to say something. Oh, Elliot, he reached out, but don't worry, I let him have it. I told him this, you know, and then we went back and forth, and we had a little back and forth. Why are you back? No, why? Stop. Like, ladies, stop. You don't need to do all that. He needs to learn his lesson. The fact that you're interacting with him is the first step of his plan. Okay, she's interacting. She's not gone. She still cares somehow. That's why she's explaining herself. I know if I just do this, and this, she'll take me back in. And 95% of the time, you ladies do. And this isn't a video to bash you, right? Like I know I'm sounding very like condescending. I'm not. I don't mean to. I just been through it all, and I know what women. My dad always tells me, he's a military man. Don't tell me what you're going to do. Show me what you've done. He's always, so I never tell my dad, I'm going to get good grades. I'm going to run a 5-minute mile. I just did those things. Right? Now, of course, not in the beginning. I was a horrible high school student. But in college, I ended up getting my shit together. And I never told my dad I was going to do it. I just did it. It was one of those things. And men know that if a woman keeps on talking, it just doesn't line up. If you're done with him and you say you're done with him, but you're still entertaining the idea, or you're still talking to him or explaining yourself, and he's not blocked on things, why would he be convinced that you're done with him? Because what you're battling, ladies, what you're battling here is the pre-notion he has that he's still around, that he still has a chance. Meaning, okay, you're a bad bitch now. You're done with them. Let's say you actually are. Like, okay, Elliot, no, seriously, I'm done. I'm tired of all this. I'm done with it. It's like, okay, cool. I believe you. But you're battling. This has to be more convincing than the last 3 months of you guys, or the last 6 months, however long you guys were dating, the last 2 months, 3, 6, like where he was making all these mistakes and you took him back. Where you say you weren't talking to anyone else, where you're telling him you're 40 and you want to settle down and have kids, and you're in a rush and you got, like, whatever the hell you say, right? Again, I hear it all. Like, he's listening to that and being like, yeah, okay, she's not really done. You have to show that you're done playing games. And then the guys always come back. I had a client who just reached out to me yesterday who hasn't talked to a guy in 6 months. This guy was done with her about 5-6 months. The guy hasn't, been done, the guy's been done whatever, but then he reached out to her all of a sudden. It just happens, okay? But you have to introduce this silence to create uncertainty in a guy's head, because it's this certainty that allows a man to feel comfortable taking the risk. What's the risk? Looking elsewhere, coming and going as he pleases, investing less in you, and stuff like that, okay? So if you're interested in getting a session with me, links down below. Ladies, I love you all. Take care and peace.